What is up, everybody? Jay Nell here with my UFC 158 prediction video. Let's get into it. I'm excited. I'm picking Mike Ricci to beat Colin Fletcher. I am choosing Nick Ring to beat Mike Camozzi. Next up, we have Jake Ellenberger versus Nate Marquardt. Now, Nate, he has all these accolades. He is black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has all these Pancrest titles. He should be better than what he is. If you saw his last fight against Safadine, he did not perform as well as he has in the past. Sometimes he doesn't perform as well as his talent would make you think that he should perform. He's kind of inconsistent, not reliable. Jake Ellenberger has some power. I think he might be able to get an early win in the first round, early second if he comes in kind of aggressive but smart. If it goes to the ground, I think Jake probably has the advantage there. Or excuse me, that Nate probably has the advantage on the ground there, depending on which Nate we see. He's inconsistent. That's my whole thing with Nate. He's inconsistent. I'm choosing Jake Ellenberger. So we'll see. We'll see. Next up, we have Johnny Hendricks. You know I'm confusing that, right? Johnny Hendricks versus Carlos Condit. And oh gosh, I'm such a hypocrite for this because I believe that Johnny has earned a title shot already without fighting Carlos. So the fact that he has to fight Carlos and he could lose that title shot it sucks. And I've made videos where I've said this is so unfair. However, we'll get to that later. Now, he's got to fight Carlos. Got to fight Carlos Condit. And they didn't give him an easy win either. Just beat Carlos Condit and you'll get a title shot. So, all right. The stand-up game, I believe, is Carlos's realm. I believe he will have the advantage. I believe that he will be faster. I believe it's because of his footwork, his style, darting in and out with the points game. Plus, he's deceptively strong. He does have knockout power. So, if Johnny is not getting the best of the stand-up game early, like first round dominating, putting hands on him, stunning him, actually getting the best of the stand-up game, I would advise Johnny to take him down to his world. Now, Carlos has great submissions, plus he's smart. I'm not saying that Carlos is an easy win on the ground, but I believe that Johnny is probably going to be stronger than Carlos Condit. And like the GSP fight, if he is, I believe he'll be able to hold position. And his ground and pound, he lays heavy hands. And I actually believe that he could actually get a ref stoppage on the ground. I believe Johnny could get this fight on the ground and pound, and win that way. I think that might even be the better route to victory than standing up and knocking people out, which I know he loves to do. He's fallen in love with the knockout game. But his base is a wrestler. And against Carlos Condit, who I believe, again, the stand-up game is his realm. He's going to be faster. I believe he'll be able to dart in and out and point his way to a victory, maybe get a decision. Not to say that he can't knock him out. He's got that capability. But I'm not so sure he'll knock him out. He could. He could. But for Johnny, I think you might want to take him down, buddy. And I'm choosing Johnny Hendricks to win. Nothing against Carlos. I'm basically choosing Johnny because I believe he already deserves a title shot before having to fight Carlos Condit. So I want him to win, so he'll get that title shot. Period. Simple as that. Now, main event, and oh my goodness, I'm looking forward to this like a lot of people are. I'm looking forward to this. Finally, and I blame Nick. Okay, GSP versus Nick Diaz. Finally. I blame Nick for making me a hypocrite in more ways than one. Because A, like I said, I believe that Johnny Hendricks should be getting the next title shot. And B, I don't like it when fighters get title shots coming off of losses. I think you should be coming off a victory before you get a title shot. And damn it, Nick, all you had to do was beat Carlos last year. Then you would have fought GSP already, and Hendricks would be fighting the winner of that, and all would be right with the universe. But no, you had to lose. And here, this is my opinion. But in my opinion, Nick Diaz took his foot off the gas pedal in that Carlos fight for the last 2 rounds and allowed Carlos to point his way to a victory, decision-wise. I believe his ego got in the way, and he felt like he did enough early on to not have to fight anymore. So I blame you, Nick, for making me a hypocrite. But if you were to say, who do I want to see fight GSP more than Johnny, I would say Nick Diaz. Because he got under his skin. Dana White said this is the first time that GSP has ever asked for a fight, and he was livid. He doesn't swear. He doesn't talk trash about people, really. He does about Nick. He doesn't like Nick. And I want to see this fight. He promises us that he wants to beat him up. And I hope he goes for it. Because I think this could be fight of the year. We know that Nick Diaz likes to get hit in the face just as much as he likes to punch people in the face. He's punches and bunches. He doesn't necessarily have the punching power. I believe that GSP needs to keep this fight standing. Use his kickboxing base. Use those kicks, take away that range, take away that mobility of Nick Diaz, and beat him up, standing up. Beat him up there, because if you go to the ground, even though I believe that GSP will probably be a little bit stronger than Nick Diaz, Nick is smart. I think if he goes down to the ground, Nick could get that emotion out of him, bait him into making a mistake, and submit him. I believe Nick Diaz's course to victory, path to victory, is a submission on the ground. I really kind of see that as his only way of beating GSP. I don't think he'll get it standing. So if it goes to the ground and GSP's even on top with the ground and pound, if he gets emotional, overzealous, and makes a mistake, he could leave an arm out there, leave a neck out there, even an ankle. Nick Diaz will take a couple of shots to sell out and get a submission. He'll do it. So it's dangerous there on the ground for GSP. Even though I think he'll be stronger than him. Dangerous. Watch out. Keep it standing. And then we might see the fight of the year. I'm telling you, I'm excited for this. And if GSP wins, and I'm calling it for GSP, he'll win. And if my other pick wins, Johnny, then we'll finally see them fight, and all will be well with the universe. So let me know your picks. Let me know any information, any injury reports, any changes in fights suddenly. I don't know. Talk to me. Ladies, make your own money, sign your own checks. Everyone, take care and goodbye.